What's good, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. Lorenzo. I know I've been away for a minute, but I'm back. Guys. I was just focusing on my trading, a few side projects, and just spending some time with my family. Okay. Now, as you know, Lucid Flex was announced, and when Lucid Flex just got launched, I personally did not like the DLL. I asked them plenty of times, like, man, remove this DLL. I've hit my DLL so many times, and I never recover after hitting DLL. I don't like DLL. Anyway, they released Lucid Flex, and as you can see, if you buy 5 evals, you get 1 reset for free. They don't have any DLL, which is the daily loss limit, no consistency in the funded phase, and no buffer. And of course, Sniper will get you the best discounts, and currently they have a 40% off, and this promotion goes to December the 3rd. So go ahead and cop those Lucid Flex accounts. And guys, I know before you ask, are they paying? Yes, they are paying. I was able to request 12,000 from them in September, and trust me guys, they have one of the fastest approval and the fastest payout. I was able to get my payout in my bank less than 5 minutes of requesting. Okay. And in terms of platform, you can trade on Tradeovate, Rhythmic, or Project X. I think Project X will be going away in January, so do your due diligence. Me personally, I like Rhythmic. Okay. And yes guys, as you can see, this is my payout certificate from September. I have a few more payouts, but this is one of the most prominent, the biggest payout I got, biggest single payout I got from them. Okay. Now, so before I go into it, let's do a comparison between Lucid Pro, which is the current evaluation that they have, versus the new Lucid Flex. Okay. Now, as you can see, I like the 150k accounts, and I'm going to be doing a comparison for the 150k. Now, currently the 150k account with a 40% off, you get this for $259 using the code Sniper. They have a reset fee of $225. The profit target for the 150k is 9,000. The max loss limit is 4,500, and the drawdown type, as you know, it's end of day, which is way better than trailing accounts. Okay. Now, in terms of the DLL, this is the Lucid Pro. The Lucid Pro have DLL, and for the 150k, the DLL is 2,700, and the max size in terms of contract that you can trade is 10 mini or 100 micro. And of course, if you pass, you don't have to pay any activation fee. And that's what I like about Lucid. Okay, no activation fee. You can pass in a single day as well. Okay, so there's no consistency in the evaluation phase of the Lucid Pro. You can pass in a single day, activate the account the same day, and trade that account. Okay, now in terms of Lucid Flex is a little bit different. For one, in terms of the price, it is way cheaper than the Lucid Pro. And of course, if you use the code Sniper, you can get the Lucid Flex 150k for $189. Okay, you can reset for $175. The profit target is 9,000. The max loss limit is 4,500. The drawdown type is end of day, which is good. And yes, the main thing, no DLL, so no daily loss limit. Okay, so pretty much you can blow in a single day, which is kind of not good, but I personally don't like DLL. In terms of consistency, yes, you have 50% consistency versus the Lucid Pro Eval. It doesn't have any consistency in the evaluation phase, but for Lucid Flex, you have 50% consistency. I mean, you can take up to 2 to 3 days to pass these accounts. In terms of the max contract that you can trade, it is 10 mini or 100 micros. Okay. In terms of activation fee, you don't have to pay any activation fee once you pass. Daily loss limit, no daily loss limit, no consistency in the funded phase. Okay, guys. So take a screenshot of this, do the comparison, and please let me know which one you will be trading with. Okay. And as you can see, again, you can trade on Tradeovate, Rhythmic, and Project X. I don't like Project X. Project X will be retired in January by most prop firms. Okay. So guys, go ahead, do your comparison, and let me know which one of these evaluation is better for you and why. So now, what I just showed you was the evaluation. In terms of the funded, now they have different rules. Okay. So for the Lucid Pro accounts, the 150k, the max loss limit is 4,500. This is not evaluation. This is after you pass. Okay. The DLL still stays at 2,700. The DLL also changes based on the amount of profits that you make, and as you can see, it says 60% of peak end of day balance. Okay. For the Lucid Pro, they changed the consistency from 35%. Now it's also 40%. So, which is easier to obtain a 40% consistency versus the 35% consistency that they had in the old version of the Lucid Pro. Okay. In terms of the minimum trading days, you can trade up to 5 trading days of $200, which is the minimum profits that you are required to make on the 150k account. And you can get your payout within 5 trading days. In terms of scaling plan, I don't think they have any scaling plan. Again, account activation fee, there's no activation fee. Once you pass, you are funded. Okay. Now you can get moved to live after you request around a 6th payout. Okay, which is pretty decent. I personally like both of them, but I want you guys to tell me which one you will be going with. So in terms of the Lucid Flex now, This is the funded rules. Okay, you have a max loss limit of 4,500, and this is for the 150K guys. Okay, they have no DLL, no consistency. Okay, and the max size that you can trade up to 10 mini. Okay, but there is a scaling plan on here, so I don't think you can start off trading 10 minis on here. Okay, now in terms of the minimum days of profit, you have to make 5 profitable days of $250 in order for you to request your payout. And in terms of the days for payout is 5. Scaling plan, as you can see, is yes, and here is the scaling plan. Okay, now if you make a profit between $0 to $999, you can trade up to 4 mini or 40 micros. If you make a profit between $1,000 and $1,999, you can trade up to 5 mini or 50 micros. If you make a profit up to $2,000 and $3,000, you can trade up to 6 minis. Okay, if you make profits between 3,000 and 4,499, you can trade up to 8 minis. And if you are over 4,500 in profits, you can trade a maximum allowed contract, which is 10 minis or 100 micros. And yes guys, for the Lucid Flex, there is no activation fee, no daily loss limit, no consistency, and you get moved to live at your 6th payout. Guys, you tell me, take a screenshot, do the comparison, and tell me which one of these accounts you will be trading with. Okay, all right. In terms of instant funded, so if you are unable to pass those evaluation, you also have the option to just go directly into a instant funded accounts. And as you know, currently Lucid offers the 25K direct straight to funded, the 50K direct straight to funded, and the 150K direct, which is straight to funded. I personally like the 150K, and let's look at the 150Ks. Okay, so currently the price is $532. If you use the code snipers, you should get the 30 to 40% discounts. Okay, now in terms of max loss limit on the 150K, it is 6,000, which I like personally. It is 6,000. In terms of the drawdown type, it is end of day. DLL is 3,600. I really don't like DLL, and as you know, the DLL changes based on the amount of profits or the balance that you have. As you can see, it says a 60% of peak end of day balance. Okay, so this increases the more money you make on the account. Okay, in terms of consistency rule for the instant funded 150K, it is a 20% consistency. And in terms of the max size that you can trade up to 10 minis or 100 micros. The minimum day to payout is 8 days compared to the other Lucid Flex or Lucid Pro. You can trade up to 5 days and request your payout once you meet all of the requirements. Okay, but for the instant funded account, as you can see, it requires you to trade up to 8 days, and the max accounts that you can have is 5. Okay, and as you can see, they said the trader dashboard updates in real time, and this is straight to funded, no evaluation. Okay, that's if you don't want to take the Lucid Pro approach or the Lucid Flex approach. No. All right, so in terms of the payout minimum and maximum, this is the Lucid Pro. Okay, as you can see, the minimum payout request is 500. The maximum payout request is dependent on the account size, okay, and the number of payouts. So let's look at this table right here. For the 25K, for the 25K, you can't request more than $1,000. It doesn't matter how many payout requests that you are currently at. Okay, the max you can request on the 25K, up to 6 payout requests, it is $1,000. Okay. For the 50K, the first 2 payout requests, the max you can request is 1,500. And the 3rd and 4th payout, the max you can request for the 50K is 2,000. And for the 5th and 6th payout, the max you can request for the 50K is 2,500. My personal favorite, guys, is the 150K. So let's look at the 150K. For the 150K, the first 2 payout requests, the max you can request is 3,000. And for the 3rd and 4th payout, the max you can request on the 150K is 3,500. And for the 5th and 6th payout for the 150K, the max you can request is 4,000. And of course, after your 6 payout request, you then get moved to live. Okay. In terms of buffer, guys, yes, you have to have a buffer in order to request a payout. Okay. Now, you can't request payout from the buffer, so you have to first make the buffer, and then anything above the buffer you can request. So for the 25K, you have to first obtain the buffer of 26,100, and for the 50K, you have to first obtain a buffer of 52,100, and for the 100K, you have to make a buffer of 103,100, and for the 150K, which is my favorite, you have to first obtain a buffer of 154,600. So anything above that, up to the max allowed, you can request a payout. Now for the Lucid Flex, this is a little bit different for the payout minimum and maximum. The minimum that you can request is 500, and the maximum that you can request, depending on how much money is in the account at the time, and you can request 50% of the account balance, okay, up to the maximum dollar amount. So how does this work? Now for the 25K, okay, for the 25K account, you can request 50% of the profit up to $1,000. So even though there is no DLL, no consistency, there is a cap on the amount that you can request. As you can see on the 25K, you can't request more than $1,000. So in order for you to request $1,000 under the 25K, you have to make $2,000. Okay, so and then from that 2,000, you can request 50%. For the 50K account, the most you can request is a 2,000. Okay, which is 50% of the balance that you make or the profit that you make. So in order for you to request 2,000, you have to make 4,000 on the 50K. For the 100K, the most you can request is 2,500. So that means for the 100K, you have to make a profit of 5,000 in order for you to request 50% of that, which is 2,500. My favorite, which is the 150K, in order for you to request the max, okay, you have to make 6,000 really, which is yeah, and then you can request 50% of that 6,000, which is 3,000. Okay. So there you have it, guys. Please let me know which one of these accounts you will be trading with, either the Lucid Pro, the Lucid Flex, or if you can't pass the evaluation, go ahead and see if you can do the instant funded. In terms of transition to live, okay, now as you know, Lucid will move you to live at your 6th after you request your 6th payout. Now for the Lucid Flex, now it says when a trader progresses from Lucid Flex to a Lucid Live account, the simulated profits from your Lucid Flex account are used to calculate the starting Lucid Live balance. Here you have it. There is a $5,000 move to live cap for each Lucid Flex account, regardless of the account size. And they said that any excess profit left over will be forfeited upon the move to live account. So in my head, I'm like, there's no need for you to run up these accounts to have crazy balance. Just do your basics, get your get your max payout, and then when moving to live, you can't request more than 5,000. So even if you have $20,000 profit on the Lucid Flex account at the time when you're getting moved to live, you can only move $5,000 to the live account. And of course, you can have up to 5 accounts, which means you can have $25,000 going to live. And based on what I heard on the town hall meeting with AJ, he said that you can either have 5 live accounts of $5,000 separate, or you can choose to have 1 live account with $25,000. Okay, and that is for the Lucid Flex. For me, I personally like the Lucid Flex. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna flex. I like the Lucid Flex. Okay, all right, cool. So in terms of transition to live for the Lucid Pro accounts, this I'm not too 100% sure about, but what it says is when a trader progresses from Lucid Pro to a live account, the simulated profits from your Lucid Pro accounts are used to calculate the starting Lucid Live balance. And here it says there is a $150,000 cap, total live funding cap across all active accounts, regardless of the quantity. So even if you have $600,000 profits across 5 Lucid Pro accounts, when going to live, the most you can get transition to live is $150,000. And I think that will be split across multiple live accounts if you choose, where the most you can get moved to live is $150,000. Okay, I don't think you will have the $150,000 to trade right away when moved to live. Based on what I heard, some of that money will be placed in escrow. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That's the end of the video. Please let me know which one of these accounts you will be trading with. And currently, guys, they have 40% off. And as you know, the new accounts is Lucid Flex. They have no DLL, no consistency in the funded, no buffer. And of course, the code SNIPER will get you the best discounts. And guys, this promotion goes to December the 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern. So go ahead, get your accounts, and please let me know if you have any questions. And guys, the Discord is free. The Discord is always open. If you have any question regarding prop firms, trading strategies, just reach out to me, and of course I will reply. Okay, so guys, please let me know which one of these accounts you will be trading with. Peace. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.